Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ, and it's time for another list. Yes, I'm back with lists because I couldn't take a full week to recover. I'll be honest, I did recover from those music lists. I might do a soundtracks list, especially when it comes to the Bionicle game and movie and whatever soundtracks. Stay tuned for that. But for now, this is the top 5 worst Hero Factory sets. Oh boy, this is going to be a big one, so let me take a drink of tea first. Okay, so there's 5 sets here. This one I really had to think about, but yeah, so let's go with no honorable mentions, thank God. Number 5 is Stormer Breakout version. Memes aside, this was just kind of a weird version of Stormer. Yes, it was a Titan scale version of a hero, but we didn't really need that. He could have been cut down to, I don't know, like a $15 set, and he would have been perfectly fine. This set was, even though it did give us cool feet parts and some other useful parts, that wide chest thing just made him look weird. And the overall structure of the set, admittingly bone-wise, is pretty alright. It's useful for other Titan creations, but yeah, this set was just kind of weird and, well, obviously meme-worthy because you've seen the memes, I'm sure. So, number 4 is XT4. What the fuck was this thing? Was it some sort of drone robot thing that was that Nex had to go off and fight a fuck ton of these things? It's like, what? This didn't make sense. It had like a saw blade thing. It had those Ben 10 feet in yellow. It had this one Cyclops eye thing. It had these 2 Mari tubes in black. It had some spikes. It had a laser pointer basically, and 4 arms and chicken legs as well. This thing was a mess. For a $10 set, it was a fucking mess. Seriously, this was hideous. I bought it anyway because, well, I wanted to complete the collection. And I hate it. I absolutely hate this thing. I don't know what to do with the headpiece now. I guess I could just, you know, light it on fire. But I don't want to do that because, yeah, smoke, fire. Not good. Number 3 is Nex, speaking of breakout version. Yeah, if you put XT4 on this list, you have to put the hero that's facing off against him. This was just a fucking calamity of a set. I mean, look at him. Go on Brickset and look at the pictures of this guy. The face in general, the mask just looks, it's just an interpretation, one solid piece of his 2.0 headgear system. What the fuck? What were they thinking? It's hideous. You don't do that. That is just wrong. Seriously, it looks ugly. And I know they did the same thing with Evo Breakout's mask. But at least it looked better. This was just completely hideous. Not to mention, there was design choices for the rest of the set that I couldn't agree with. One hand was not even a hand at all. It was just a, it was that one jetpack piece that acted as a flamethrower for the 2.0 sets. And you had a laser pointer built on it. This was just not a good set. It was rubbish. It was crap. It was Number 2 is, this one's going to be controversial, but the 2010 hero sets. All 6 of them, you know what I'm talking about. The 6 $10 or less Hero Factory sets, the heroes. The rookies and the pros. These included absolutely useless chest armor pieces. The cores were useless too. There was limited use potential for, mocking potential for some of the other parts. Like, at least the limbs could be used as like a penis or whatever. The weapons, forget about it. At least for the pros, you can't really use those. Although I've seen one of them being used, but the helmets were okay. I mean, I liked Breeze's helmet the best, but the rookies' weapons were usable for the most part. The feet were usable. The fists were, well, a carryover from the Glatorians. Usable. There was some usable parts here, but overall these just felt kind of lame and they looked kind of stupid, and I did not like them. When I first saw pics of them online, I was like, why? These were lambasted, I'm sure, back then. Yet there were people that are claiming this was their childhood. Well, that's fine and dandy. I prefer Bionicle G1. I even made a remark at one point that I wanted to get all 6 of these sets, dump them into a cardboard box, pour lighter fluid into that cardboard box, light a match, and watch those fuckers burn. These were just... they were just shit. And the fact that, you know, they had to give us another bulk, except it wasn't really bulk, it was actually Thresher. That's another debate for another day. And they gave us another Furno with red limbs instead of orange limbs, and he had no leg armor. It was like, what the flying fuck, Lego? I hate these. These are terrible. Sad part of it is Breeze is my favorite, but yeah. And number 1, the entirety of Invasion from Below. Okay, maybe not the Beasts. The Beasts were okay. They're somewhat mediocre, but for the most part, these Beasts were okay. What I'm talking about are those horrendous mechs and those horrendous, absolute dog shit minifigs. What do you do when you shrink down a hero character from Hero Factory? You get a shitty minifig. It looks like shit. They look like shit. I want to dump those into a garbage disposal unit and let them get crushed. These were just terrible. And not to mention, the mechs were nothing special either. The only one that I thought was worth a damn was the big fucking Evo mech one. But then I realized that's not as big as I thought. So, because I watched Jang's review of it a few months ago or so, and it's like, yeah, it's not as big as I thought it would be. And I'm considering not buying it at this point, because at this point, I don't give 2 fucks. These mechs just looked... they had decent design choices. They had a great plethora of parts that we could use in actual CCBS mocks for, you know, Bionicle characters, Hero Factory characters, the like. And it's like, you know, this was just a nightmare. It really was. 10 years ago, these sets were released in 2 waves, and they absolutely were just fucking horrendous. I absolutely hated these. I'm glad I never bought any of them. Fuck them. If you like Invasion from Below, what is wrong with you? Stupid. And if you think Invasion from Below is the best wave of Hero Factory at all, ever, wow. These were sets that just did not work whatsoever. Furno's mech, Raka's mechs, Evo's mechs, Breeze, Bulk, Surge, Stormer, you know, all these mechs look like absolute garbage, and I've seen better mechs in anime like Evangelion, or, what was that one, Gundam, or Gargantia of the Virtuous Planet, whatever that one is called. Yeah, I've seen better mechs in anime than in a LEGO series. Especially Invasion from Below. Hell, there are better mechs in Ninjago than in this Hero Factory wave from 10 years ago. And when you say that, oh my god, these were just absolutely terrible. And you know what the best mech from Ninjago was? Yaz Samurai X. Yeah, that reminds me of Gundam in a way, which is pretty fucking cool. Too expensive, but still. So yeah, that's the 5 worst Hero Factory sets. I know it wasn't exactly 5, but hey, with the history that Hero Factory has had, it's like you had to kind of dig a little bit, and I didn't want to put any of the villains on here except for XT4 because I just hate XT4 that much, and some of the other villains were just kind of meh, not worthy of being labeled the worst. I mean, at least the 2010 villains were Bionicle in build, I guess, in a way. They still had usable parts. I've used many of these parts. Also, that dropship as an honorable mention. I've never had the dropship. I almost got it. I was close to getting it, but I didn't get it. And it also looked like a mess. So what is your favorite... what is your list of worst Hero Factory sets in the comment section below? Put those down there if you will. And if you think I'm an asshole for thinking the sets from 10 years ago are terrible, well, fuck you. This is my list. I'm stating my opinions. Yours is fine until proven otherwise. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day, and peace.